Hey, what's up, party people? Welcome back to Agents of Rage, the first of three post-incarceration podcasts here on the show. I am El Ren from Detroit. This is TD from the Bay Area in California. If you're just discovering this show, we're just two dudes who love metal, raised on thrash, but love any kind of metal as long as it kicks ass. What's up, TD? Great seeing you last weekend. We had a great time.
Oh, man, we had an awesome time. I think we finally have mastered the process of doing a festival. I mean, we didn't hit a single snag for the first time ever. Everything went perfectly as planned. So it was I walked away pretty excited. We finally got it down. It was a ton of fun.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We're going to have to do an episode sometime where we talk about the do's and don'ts of true fest enjoyment. Now, before we get into it, today's episode is just going to talk about day one of the Inkcarceration Festival. We got clips from some of the bands we had a chance to see. We will then have separate episodes for day two and day three. Now, if you've had a chance to reflect on your experience, it's been a week. How would you rate this festival as compared to other festival experiences that we've had?
Boy, gosh, I think I'd have to give it I don't know that we've done a 10 before,
Right.
but I'll do a 9 on this one. I think
So probably the best.
Definitely the best. It would have been nice if we had just a tad more covered seating. I think that was the only challenge we had was getting a spot. That was it. But other than that, everything was great. It was laid out perfectly. You could get pretty quickly from one side of the festival to the other. There was a nice couple of natural paths that people had created, and I thought that everything was pretty accessible. So it was definitely planned out and mapped out, I guess I could say, by the promoters, and it was good. It was really good. No complaints.
Yeah, so I'll get my negative right out of the bat, and I agree with you. I believe they oversold VIP. So if you're going to have those like air-conditioned tents, which they did, and then they had another area that was shaded, with tables and things like that. And then they had a cool viewing platform for the big main stage, which was great. Problem was with those is that, again, they need an awning. They need to have that thing covered so you're not baking in the sun, which is what 90% of those seats were. Those bleachers were pretty much, all 3 days. So they need to take care of that. And again, if you're going to sell the VIP and if you're going to have that VIP experience, you want to be able to have a place you can go in and sit down and not walk in and just see a sea of people and have nowhere to go. We got lucky on a couple occasions, but it should just be a bigger tent then, or again, just don't sell as many VIP. Just make that exclusive. Or you want to sell an even more exclusive VIP experience where there's another lounge that just certain people have access to, whatever. I'll pay it. I don't care, because I'd love to have, everything, as catered to me the best that they can. So that would be the only other complaint that I would have, is that when it comes to the evening performances, they shut down that stage 3 fairly early in the evening, which means the only access that you have to music is to fill the large stage or fill the second stage. And they didn't even have a viewing platform for the second stage. So as we experienced on day 3 with Killswitch, or day 2 with Killswitch Engage, it was like so packed on the second stage that if I would have had an avenue, if you would have told me, kind of like at Aftershock, if L7 was playing over on stage 3, well, heck, I would have just found my way over on stage 3 and just enjoyed a smaller thing. I guarantee you 250, 300 people would have left that area, which means you'd either have more room for Killswitch or you could go enjoy what's happening on that third stage. So they should keep that third stage going all night, which they did at Aftershock. They even had that stage going during Avenged Sevenfold or during Guns N' Roses. So, that's what I'd like to see. But again, kind of nitpicking a little bit. The prison was sweet. You know what I mean? Just the backdrop going through there, it was trippy as heck. We spent a lot of time at the Blackened booth the blackened whiskey booth. We definitely made friends inside there. That was great. For the most part, the merch tent was pretty stocked. Wasn't horrible. They did a pretty good job with that. Although I would like to see band merch inside the VIP area and not just festival merch. They should be able to figure out a way to do that. But other than that, I'm not complaining. I do believe that this was probably our best experience so far. And before we get going, we always like to tell the story of the shirt. And speaking of merch, I've got my Chimera shirt on. So that's what I'm wearing. We both bought one of these after the show on Friday. What are you wearing today?
Well, I'm glad I didn't wear mine because then we would be twinning and that might be kind of weird. So I went with Machine Head and my Biohazard hat.
There you go. Two things that you did. But now that Machine Head you didn't buy at the festival.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So, and I had bought a Machine Head a couple months ago. I've already worn it on the show, so I didn't wear that. But you're going to see some Machine Head in this show. And speaking of bands, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the first day. Now, originally, our first band was going to be Il Nino, but the whole internet disaster or whatever that happened prevented them from going to the gig. So a band called Afterlife played, which we didn't check out, although they did like some of our posts on Instagram. So we might have to rethink checking them out the next time we see them somewhere, because that was cool that they did that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they that was very cool. I was happy about that. In fact, we even got a like from Four Loko finally on one of our posts. So we're making some.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Four Loko official.
Nice. All right. Yeah. Unfortunately, the Ohio is kind of a little different as far as like alcohol laws and stuff go. We had a little. When we were going to the store, I don't even know if they had Four Loko anywhere near where we were. We were definitely in the heartland, if you want to say it, and it was kind of slim pickings there. So they didn't even. I don't even have some of them. They hadn't even heard of gin.
No, that was the funny thing, and the other thing that we need to do next time is two things: find out what movies and such have been filmed in the town we're staying in, because there are a half dozen of them filmed there besides Shawshank Redemption, one being Tango and Cash. And then the most famous person from that town was Luke Perry. I did all this research afterwards. I thought, next time, that's what we need to add to our adventure. Because if we're gonna, be there and we get a personal Uber driver, we got to go check out some of the sites if we can.
I agree with that. That's cool. All right. Well, let's take a look at our first band, and they were celebrating 20 years. They were called After the Burial from Minnesota, a progressive metalcore, kind of deathcore band. So let's check them out right now. right, so there you have it. Some after the burial, and a good way. And again, it's funny, the Shadows Fall lead singer, something I remember like the whole time, and something I'm always going to use. He said, "There's a lot of rock radio here at this festival. We're not one of them." They weren't one of them either.
Mm-mm. My fourth time seeing them.
Wow,
love the guitar.
Yeah. No, those guys were. They were solid. Good way for us to get things going. We then made our way to the small stage for Like Moths to Flame, and they're a local Ohio band from Columbus. They've got a pretty good following, but they were playing on the side stage, a metalcore, post-hardcore band. So let's check out a little bit of them. Like Moths to Flame.
They were good. I was not familiar with them, and I like that small stage too. It was pretty cool because you could get pretty close if you wanted.
Yeah, no doubt. We spent a little bit of time over there over the course of the 3 days, and really rubbing up right to the prison. It's funny. I want to think, I don't know this for a fact, but I believe we were right below the part where they were tarring the roof in Shawshank Redemption, and Tim Robbins almost got tossed off. Exactly.
Yeah, that was the only. It was the only roof that looked like could work for that scene. Yeah, that's the only. So I think you're right.
Yeah, exactly. Clear the way, gentlemen. This guy's about to have an accident. Yeah, it was good stuff, man, and it was fun to spend some time over there, and it's always fun going to see some of the bands that are on the rise, and so we'll see how those guys play out over the next several years. We didn't stay for the whole set because we wanted to see some of Bad Wolves that were on the main stage. They're a band out of L.A., and of course, they've had some different issues with singers and things like that. So this is the current iteration of Bad Wolves. Let's check out a little bit of their performance. they have a little Bad Wolves. It wasn't bad.
No, that's pretty good. The new singer sounds a lot like the old singer. That's the second time I've seen them. So I've seen both singers so far, and they're kind of the radio rock, but it's catchy and I like it. But the thing about the radio rock is that like we've talked before, you got to have a little bit of everybody so you can bring in enough fans to put together a complete festival. And I was cool with them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important. Granted, when I make my money someday and I have my festival, it's going to be for our people. Our people only. If you're not interested, don't bother showing up, because it's going to be all metal all the time. But again, with some of these bands that tend to have a lot more radio play, they do have some songs that they do that are pretty heavy, and at least heavy in parts. And musicianship was good, so that was Bad Wolves. So we then found ourselves at Ra-Ra's new favorite band, and when I say Ra, we have a third member of our party who attends these particular festivals with us. So if you watched any of our little Instagram clips that we did, whether we were in the graveyard or at the facility itself, at the festival itself, it is Ra-Ra who is recording those for us. But we found ourselves at Mushroom Head. They're a band that we, of course, have both seen before, and they are festival favorites. They are always what seems like on the festival circuit, and they're located from nearby Cleveland, so I'm sure they're probably regulars at Inkcarceration. So why don't we just play a little bit from Mushroom Head.
We're gonna show the world that it was one thing, whatever the cost. We would never surrender, leave our band in the lost. When the patriots war, bring the patriotic heart in the grave. For the road's sake, I know I can't obey. What am I trying to say? You're not the motherfucking coming back around when it's just this. Let me take back, get you in the best stuff. Well, you're gonna know I'm in the sun. Fuck you, you're gonna So, all right,
the ghouls themselves from Mushroom Head. We had an opportunity to, get a chance to see them, and it's always fun to see them again. I enjoyed them more this time than I did the last time I saw them, but again, it always depends on the state of day where you're at. And sometimes bands just sound better for whether it's on them or whether it's on the production crew or whatever. But they were good and always entertaining.
Well, they sound better sometimes depending on how much listening juice you've taken in over the course of the day. That definitely helps too. But first time we saw them was at Chicago Open Air.
Yeah.
And I wasn't thrilled about their sound until I saw them perform, and it's pretty cool. They're like Slipknot light, and I've had them on my list as someone to see, and I'm glad we did. And now Rah Rah's in on it, so we've got 3 solid fans now.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. That's what it's all about. If we can, if these kind of festivals can introduce somebody to you and then you're going to follow up on them, that's awesome. So I think that we were both excited for Chimera. This was their first festival in 14 years. It's been almost a decade since their last album. So I know that they had done a few local shows in Ohio since, they're from Cleveland. So I made sure that I had a good vantage point for those guys. So I made my way down. So let's check out some of what I captured from the Chimera set. they definitely lived up to the billing. And again, for a group that has not been out touring and doing all of that, I thought they sounded remarkably tight.
Yeah, 100%. Love those guys. Love that sound. Love that style of music.
Yeah. Those. I really hope that this just reinvigorates them and they get back out on the road, get part of like a group setting. I just recently bought my tickets for what's coming up here in 2 weeks. Actually, is a great set. It's Lamb of God, it's Mastodon, and Kerry King. So
Nice.
so it's going to be a great show. And the cool thing about this particular one, I know I'm on a side note here, but Lamb of God and Mastodon are both playing full albums. So Ashes from the Wake from Lamb of God, I forget the name of the album, but they were both came for Mastodon, but they both came out in 2004, 20-year anniversaries of those albums. So they're doing the whole album, and
That's
then
cool.
they're doing a couple of their songs that everyone loves to round out their set. So, and then Kerry King, of course, is going to do some bangers from his new album, which if you haven't heard it, is great. Sounds like Slayer. I mean, he's the driving force behind Slayer. So sounds great. And then, of course, he'll do a few Slayer songs. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good show. But that's what I want to see Chimera do, something like that with some other bands, and maybe do some album spotlights, things like that. Maybe that will keep them energized. But no rest for the wicked. For us, it was on to Biohazard at that time, the only band from the 80s, as far as I could tell. And never had a chance to see this hardcore band from Brooklyn. I know you, I believe, had seen them before.
No, I looked at my list and I had not. I was surprised, but we've seen them like 1 1/10 times now. We saw them getting ready at Blue Ridge Rock Festival to come on, and we had about 5 minutes. Maybe we caught some of them, but no such luck.
Nope. So since it was both our first time, we had a great time. Roy was familiar with Biohazard, so it was cool. And let's go ahead and check out a little bit from the Biohazard set. So we definitely needed that from Biohazard, a band that really knows how to bring it. And I think they got a lot of new fans from that particular performance. It was fun, kind of felt like an old school kind of groove and things happening. So that was great. We definitely needed it at that point of the day.
Yeah, 100%. That was actually my first time seeing them. I thought I'd seen them before, but what I'd actually seen them on the Mayhem Festival. They toured as Attica 7. So it was Evan Seinfeld singing and Rusty Coons, gigantic guy from Sons of Anarchy, on bass. So first time seeing Biohazard, and it definitely was a good pick up. And I think their music is it would appeal to a lot of different types of people. So those other kinds of fans, non-metalish, would probably like it. You're right.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. Americana, as far as like the metal scene goes, and it was great. Now, as I mentioned, we were beat at this point, so we beelined it to the tent, found refuge inside the VIP tent, where we proceeded to kick back, watch Chevelle and the Offspring from the comfort of an air-conditioned table with chairs. So that was nice. But by 8:30, we made our way to the redemption stage as we prepared for Machine Head. What a show. Check this out.
Oh,
You made a bold statement, my friend, saying that was the best you'd seen Machine Head to date.
100%. That's the 5th time I'd seen them, and it was by far the best set I've seen them by a mile. It was the perfect way to end the night. The whole band was just dialed in. It was, and the songs they chose were perfect. It was outstanding. 100%.
Yeah, just so happened to be Rob Flynn's birthday, so that was awesome. And yeah, it was great. Again, I had only seen him, a few months back in February, and loved it. Just finally was the first chance I finally had seen him after 3 times being canceled for various reasons. So yeah, perfect, great. They won the day. We had no interest in seeing Benjamin or Breaking Benjamin, so that was it for day one for us. But really, overall, day one, a great start, I would say.
Yeah, it's definitely a great way to start a day one of 3. Outstanding day. And you're right, it was nice to go home and kick back on the Airbnb couch, air temperature controlled, rest up, prepping for day 2. That was a good call.
Absolutely. Hey, Ragers, that's it for our day 1 recap of Inkcarceration 2024. Were you there? What did you think about day 1 of the festival as a whole? Go ahead and leave a comment below and let us know your thoughts. Agents of Rage Heavy Metal Podcast can be found on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. And for lots of photos and brief clips and all kinds of stuff, check out our Instagram page where our followers are growing by the minute. And you can check that out at Agents of Rage. You got anything else, TD?
That's it. But we did pick up about 20 plus followers just because of Inkcarceration. It was a very cool cool thing to see people, a lot of from the bands that were there. So it was good exposure for all of us.
There you go. We'll have 2 more episodes covering day 2 and day 3, so stay tuned for that. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up, follow us, subscribe, share it. That's the only way we can grow. But thanks again so much for watching Agents of Rage. For TD, I'm El Ren, and we are out of here.
See ya.